Hello, guys. I'm just testing the audio. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me, guys. Just testing the audio. The first ever YouTube Live. Hello, guys. Let me know in the chat. Can you see me? Can you hear me? How's everything looking? We got 5 viewers on, not too many compared to the TikTok. And this is actually the first time over here on YouTube Live. So, guys, let me know. Can you hear me? Let me know in the chat. Because at the moment, I have no idea what's going on. Just going to set up another timer. We're going to start with the actual paper in 5 minutes. We're just going to take 5 to, get organized, get things set up. Like I say, this is the first YouTube Live that I've done. I'm using some fancy software on the back end. So, yeah, need to figure that stuff out. But start off by letting me know in the chat, guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is there anything coming through? I know there's only 5 people in the chats, or 5 viewers, I should say. So I'm relying on you a little bit to let me know. I don't even know if you can hear me at the moment. Let's see. No action in the chat at the moment. Okay, we got some love hearts coming in. Don't know who that's coming from, but thank you, whoever that was from. Let me know in the chat, guys. Can you hear me? Is there any audio coming through over here? Let's have a look. The plan today, for anybody who doesn't know, is that we are going to be doing the AQA Foundation June 2019 paper 2. It does depend on whether we can get up and running. If you guys can hear me, let's see. I have got the chat over here. I'm just gonna write test in the chat box, see if my own message comes through. Writing test in there. And it did come through. Okay, guys, let me know. If you can hear me, let me know. If you can just see my mouth moving but can't hear me, also let me know in the chat. That would be super helpful. The chat is on the right of the screen for anybody who might be looking for it. We've only got 4 people on, so let's have a look. And if I can't get any action from the chat at all, then we're not going to be able to go ahead with the session because I'm going to be speaking to nobody. Let's have a look. Is anybody coming in? Dominic Smith says hello. Someone can hear me at least. Let me know, Dom. Can you hear me? Slicks, good to have you. Good to have you. Yeah, nice to have you, Slicks. Let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let's see, because I am using some funky software. Maria says yes. Beautiful. Maria can hear me. Can you hear me, Slicks? Yeah, very well. Very nice. Very nice. I'm using a different microphone today. That's fantastic to hear. So, yeah, I'm using some software. This is the first time I've live streamed on YouTube. So it's a little bit, there's a bunch of different stuff going on. It's a lot more complicated than on TikTok. But hopefully, guys, the experience is going to be better on here. Hopefully, it's going to be better. So I'm going to give it another couple of minutes, see if anybody joins. We've got 7 people on now. That's more than a couple of minutes ago. We got 7 people on, guys. Get to know each other in the chat. Introduce yourselves or whatever. Let's have a look. Anybody who can hear me in the chat, let me know, please. Because, like I say, this is new to me, and I can't hear myself. So I'm relying on you guys to let me know how things are going. So, yeah, plan today. Basically, guys, we're going to be doing the AQA June 2019 Foundation Paper 2. Dom says, or Slicks. I'm gonna stick with Slicks. Or actually, let me know, Slicks. Do you prefer Slicks or do you prefer Dom? Let me know in the chat. Do you prefer Slicks or do you prefer Dom? We're going to be... okay, Dom says Slicks. I'm going to try my best. Well, I am going to remember. I'm not going to try my best. I'm just going to remember. Because every time it pops up in the thing, it says Dom. So, yeah, I'm just going to reprogram and I'm going to say Slicks whenever I see Dom. Okay. Hopefully everything's clear, guys. Let me know if you can hear this clearly. Let me know if the video looks good and everything. If there's anything that needs to change, let me know. We have 7 people on here. One of them is also me, like with myself on a different screen. Guys, let's have a look. Okay. Dom says, I've changed... Sorry, Slicks. I'm going to keep catching myself. Slicks says, I've changed it for some reason. It hasn't changed on YouTube. Hey, no worries, man. No worries. Jack says, when can you go higher? I'm going to be doing a higher paper next time. But if you are doing higher tier, this could also be beneficial. A little bit more chill if you're going to be doing higher tier. Let's have a look. We're going to be starting with the paper in 1 minute, guys. Maybe then a few more people will jump on. At the moment, we have 7 people on. Good to have you all. Everybody who, by the way, everybody who is on, who hasn't put a message in the chat yet, can you just say yes? Can you just drop a yes in the chat so I know you're actually here? Jack says, are you only going to do AQA? Nope, we're also going to be doing EdXL. Man like Obama in the chat says, bro, do higher, not foundation. Today is going to be a foundation paper, but we're going to be moving on to higher very, very quickly. Need to balance the two. And I thought as the first YouTube one will go foundation because actually I've had more DMs from people doing foundation. That's why we went with foundation today. Obama also said EdXL clears AQA, by the way. I know that as well. I'm just going with the people who have DM'd me. Okay, let's have a look. The timer is now down to 1. So we're going to see how this works. Like I say, this is my first time on a YouTube live. So hopefully I'm going to click this and it's going to go over to this screen. And hopefully, I'm on page 20, question 27, which is not where we want to be. So I'm going to go back to the start. But hopefully, guys, you can see this clearly. I've kind of designed this little setup with all the information here. Hopefully, you can see me in the bottom right-hand corner. We can see today, GCSE Maths Foundation Tier Paper 2. Guys, let me know. Is that clear? Can you read the text? That's actually cutting over me a bit, isn't it? I want to be in front of that for next time. I'll fix that, definitely. Okay. Let me know in the chat, guys. Can you read what is on this page? Or is it too small? What's the quality like? Let me know in the chat. Jack says yes. Beautiful. Slick says yes. Very nice. Looks like then, guys, we're going to be ready to get into it. So I'm not gonna waste any more time. We're going to be moving through question to question, starting with question 1. And also let me know if you want me to zoom in. So we have 3 questions on this first page. They are all 1-mark questions. Looking down here, question 1 says, circle the number that is 1 less than a cube number. Guys, what do we think it is? Feel free to drop it in the chat when you have it. There's not many others on today, so as soon as people start getting it, I'll talk us through it. No wasting time. Okay, I wonder if we're going to stick at 5 people all the way through, whether it's going to drop down. Maybe it's going to turn into a one-to-one session. Who knows? Maybe it's going to go up. Who knows? So, question 1. Circle the number that is 1 less than a cube number. What do we think, guys? Anybody got any ideas? Let me know in the chat. Jack says 26. Anybody else got any ideas? And shall I use that question timer up there, guys? Let me know in the chat if you want me to use that question timer. I've set this up so that if I click this, it goes on with a 1-minute timer. Hopefully it's going to come up in a second. Yep, there we go, 1-minute timer. And now we should have that counting down. Jack says 26. Slick says 26. Let's talk about it, guys. Is 26 our answer? Yes, it is. 26 is going to be our answer. Now, why is that? We know that we get our cube numbers by multiplying a number by itself and then itself again. The first cube number is going to be 1 because 1 cubed is equal to 1 times by 1 times by 1, which is just going to be 1. 2 cubed is going to be equal to 2 times by 2, which is 8. 3 cubed is going to be our next cube number, 3 times by 3 times by 3. What's that going to be? 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times by 3 is 27. We can see, guys, that in fact 26 is 1 less than a cube number. Why? Because it's 1 less than our 27 over here. So that is going to be our answer to our first one. Well done, Jack. Well done, Slicks. Fantastic job. Now on to question 2. Circle the fraction which is equal to 0.25. Let me know when you guys have an answer. We're going to be tearing through these early ones pretty quickly. Okay, AMT in the house. Good to have you, my friend. Good to have you. Thank you for paying us a visit. Yeah, you say, sir, my comments on my main account isn't coming up. It's AMT 2024. This is my smaller account. Hope you are well, my friend. I'm very good. Thank you. I'm very good. Hope you're doing well too, mate. And no worries at all about that other account. Okay, guys, on to question 2 then. Circle the fraction which is equal to 0.25. How are we going to do this? We have our calculators, guys. The best way to do this is going to be to type 0.25 into our calculators, see that it's equal to 1 over 4. Then we can see which of these fractions is equal to 1 over 4. If we look at 3 over 12, that one is actually going to be our answer. Why? Because to get the denominator, we can do 4 times by 3, which is going to be 12. And to get the numerator, we can do 1 times by 3, which is going to be 3. So we can say that 1 over 4 is equal to 3 over 12. Therefore, that, guys, is going to be the answer to the second question. What about question 3 then? It says, here is a number line. Which number is at A? Circle your answer. What do we think, guys? Let me know when you have an answer. Let's see. Okay, Slicks is quick in there, says 3.6. Let's see. Anybody else come up with an answer? I'll give you guys another 15, 20 seconds or so. A is in the house. Hello, A. Good to have you. Thank you for dropping through. Nice to see you in the chat. Nice to see you in the chat. I hope you've had a great day. A far more kind of intimate community here. We've only got 7 people on, so you guys are going to have way more time to ask me any questions. Okay, question 3 then. Which is going to be the number that is at A? Slicks, you were right, my friend. It is actually 3.6. Now, what's going to be the best way to think about this? Well, we can see that we have 3 on one end of our number line and 4 on the other end, which means the difference between the far left of the number line and the far right is 1. How many jumps is this equal to? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each of those jumps is going to be equal to 1 over 5. 1 over 5, guys, as a decimal is going to be 0.2. You could do that from your knowledge or on a calculator. So each of those jumps is 0.2, so we go 3.2. We add on another 0.2, we get to 3.4, and we add on another 0.2, we get to 3.6. That, guys, is why our answer is going to be 3.6. Okay, on to the next question, guys. If you have any questions about that one, let me know. Otherwise, let's move on to questions 4 and 5. Let me know how the pace is, by the way. I can speed up a little bit if you want me to. A says, I completely forgot that it was on YouTube. Hey, no worries at all. You've not missed much. You've not missed much. It's great to have you. Hopefully, we're going to increase the number of viewers a little bit. Hopefully, there's a few people who have forgotten that it's on YouTube today. A new setup. What do you guys think? What do you think of the setup? We can see that there's a little bit more going on. I'm quite glad, to be honest, that not many people are on, because it gives me a little bit of time to get used to things, see how they're working, because yeah, there's loads of different stuff you can do on YouTube, loads of different stuff. Okay. Question number 4. Let me know in the chat, guys, when you have an answer, and we can talk about it. What do we reckon? Anybody got an answer? Let me know in the chat. Okay, Slicks is guessing 327. By the end of this question, mate, we're going to have you on a solid answer. No guessing for these ones. Jack thinks it's 3,270. They're the 2 active people in the chat. They both put answers, so let's talk about it. Question number 4. How many millimeters are equal to 3.27 meters? What we're going to do, guys, is we're going to firstly convert from meters to centimeters, and then we're going to convert from centimeters to millimeters. Now, how do we go from meters to centimeters? There are going to be 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Therefore, to go from meters to centimeters, we're going to times by 100. We're going to do 3.27. Times by 100, move that decimal point 2 places, we're going to get 327. Now, that's how many centimeters we have. What about moving to millimeters? We know that there's going to be 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. So now to go from centimeters to millimeters, we can times this number by 10. 327 times by 10. That is going to give us our answer, guys, of 3,270. That is going to be our answer to question 4. Well done to anybody who got that correct. Hopefully that makes sense now, Slicks. If it doesn't, hit me with the question, mate, and I'll explain. Other than that, guys, on to question 5. Which is longer, 3/4 of a day or 1,000 minutes? What do we think? Awesome. Glad that it makes sense now. No worries at all. My pleasure. Let's see. Anybody got an answer? Which is longer, 3/4 of a day or 1,000 minutes? What do we think? I'm going to start using this question timer in a sec as well. I'm going to start using this question timer. Going to give you guys a little bit longer to answer this one. Let's set a 1-minute timer, and then we'll go through it. If anybody puts the answer in the chat before then, maybe I'll go through it a little bit sooner. Jack says 3/4 of a day. Slick says 3/4 of a day. Okay, superb. Let's talk about it. Both of you have put your answer in the chat. Let's see which one's going to be longer. How are we going to do this? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to convert our 3/4 of a day into minutes, and then we can compare them. Now, how are we going to do that? Well, firstly, we're going to convert 3/4 of a day into hours. We know that there's 24 hours in a day, so we can do 3/4 times by 24. That's going to give us 18 hours. That's 3/4 of a day. Then we're going to go from hours to minutes. We know that there's going to be 60 minutes in an hour, so we can do 18 times by 60, guys. We can use a calculator for that. What's it going to give us? It's going to give us 1,080. Let me just check that. Shouldn't be doing these things in my head because we do have calculators. Yep, 1,080. So, guys, what does the question say? It says which is longer. We've shown that 3/4 of a day is 1,080 minutes. That's more than 1,000 minutes. Therefore, guys, you are exactly right. 3/4 of a day is going to be longer than 1,000 minutes. Superb job. On to question 6 then. We have 6A and 6B on here. I'm going to set a 3-minute timer. Actually, no, a 2-minute timer for this first one. Let you guys have a little bit of time to work through it. Oh, don't want 2 timers at the same time. And in fact, I'm not actually going to give you that long because it doesn't take that long, this question. Jack says, I'll be back for hire. Thank you for all your short videos. They really help. Hey, my pleasure. My pleasure, mate. Good to hear you'll be back for hire. Good to hear you'll be back. We've got some big plans for the next few weeks. I'm going to be live quite a lot doing, I'm going to lose my mic there, doing probably a past paper, most days, and we're going to be switching between higher, foundation, AQA, EdXL, all of that good stuff. So, yeah, it'll be good to have you back. Okay, not going to give us a full time for this one. Let me turn this off. Okay, 6A, use your calculator to work out 9.75 cubed over 1.875 plus 6.4 squared. What are we going to get, guys? Let me type that into my calculator. Drop the answer in the chat if you've got it already. 9.75 cubed over 1.875. Then we're going to add 6.4 squared. Typing that in just like so, 6.4 squared. And turning it into a decimal, we get 535.285. That, guys, is going to be our answer to 6A, 535.285. A said, when are you planning on doing... just a second. Okay, yeah. A said, when are you planning on doing higher? I might come back for that live. I'm not sure yet. There's going to be an announcement on the TikTok. I haven't been too organized this week, to be honest. Next week is when the real lives are going to start. Okay, 6B says, is your answer to part A sensible? Check by rounding each of 9.75, 1.875, and 6.4 to the nearest whole number. You must show you're working. So, guys, this time we're going to recalculate this by hand. Firstly, rounding all of these to the nearest whole numbers. What are they going to be? 9.75. Looking at the first decimal point, it's a 7, so we round up. 9 goes to 10. 1.875 this time. Looking at the first decimal point, it's an 8, decimal place, I should say, it's an 8. So we're going to round up again. We get 2, 6.4, guys. That one's going to round down to 6. Now we can recalculate. So we're going to have 10 cubed on the top. On the bottom, 1.875, that rounded to 2. And then we're going to be adding to that 6 squared. How do we simplify this? 10 cubed, guys. That is going to be 10 times by 10 times by 10, which is 1,000. So we have 1,000 over 2. Plus 6 squared. 6 squared is 6 times by 6, which is 36. Then, guys, we can do 1,000 divided by 2. That's going to be 500. So we have 500 plus our 36. And what do we get, guys? We get 536. Now, the question said, is your answer to part A sensible? And we can see that when we rounded our answer, or when we rounded our working out, I should say, we got a number which was very, very similar. We didn't get 535.285, we got 536, but they're very close. So we can say that, yes, guys, it is a sensible estimate. Okay. Let's see, guys. Did that one make sense? Can I move on to the next one? I'm going to move on, and I'm going to trust you guys to pull me back if it didn't make sense. A said it's okay with a couple of laughing faces. I'm not sure what that was to. Maybe a bit of my rambling earlier on. Let's see. It's a little bit weird doing these YouTube lives. I've got a lot going on, a lot of different monitors and stuff. So if you see me fidgeting around, that's why it is. I'm just learning how to balance these different things. Okay, gonna put a 2-minute timer on for this one, and then I'm gonna go through it. 2-minute timer on for this one, and then I'm gonna go through it. Any questions, guys, let me know in the chat. Maybe I'm going to put a quick post on the TikTok, bring a few more people over. Because I think how many people have seen the post? 375. Okay, so not too many. Let me put my music back on. Hopefully you guys can't hear the music. Ellie Kirby says, hi, welcome, Ellie. Good to have you. AMT said it feels nice and feels nostalgic seeing these lives. Beautiful. It's always a pleasure to have you, AMT. Always a pleasure, never a chore. Let's see, guys. Let me know when you're ready for me to go through this one. Ellie, not many of us on today, so if you have any questions, let me know. Iman says, hey, someone else has joined. Beautiful. Guys, let's get this chat popping a little bit more. Let's get the chat a little bit more active. There's a little bit of delay on me speaking, I believe. Yeah, Slick said, I struggle with these tables, so I will wait for the answer. Yeah, no worries. A said, this is helpful because everyone can ask questions. Exactly. Yeah, to be honest, this is a great opportunity, guys. Normally on the TikToks, we have around 100 people. On the other day, we had between 50 and 100. During exam season, I'm predicting it's going to get up to 250, 300. A said, also, do we still have mods on YouTube? Not currently, A, but if you want to be a mod, shoot me a DM on TikTok and I'll get that set up. I'd love to have you as a mod. Iman said, is this higher? This one is foundation. However, we are going to be going on to higher over the next couple of days. I won't be doing one tomorrow evening, but Friday evening, there will probably be a higher live. Sounds good, eh? Sounds good. Okay, guys, let's have a look at this one then. Question 7, complete the bank statement. Now, these questions are actually pretty tricky. Why are they tricky? Because there's a lot of information on the page. We have some weird words, credits, debits, and balances. Let's have a look. What are we going to do? In this question, we can see that there's a starting balance, which we need to calculate. And we can see in the second row that we pay £189.34 in council tax, and we're left with £72.09. We can see this is council tax, it's paid. So how do we find the original amount? Well, we're going to do those two numbers added together. We're going to do 72.09 plus 189.34. Guys, we can type that into our calculator. 72.09, let me type that in, 72.09 plus 189.34. We type that in, guys, and what do we get? We get 261.43. How do we know that we had to add them together? Because we need this number here, subtract this number to give us this number. So how do we find the original? We add them together. Okay, what about working out this next one? We can see that we go into the period with £62.09. That's our balance. We end the period with £86.75. The question is, what refund do we get in order to get from £72.09 to £86.75? What we're going to do, guys, is find the difference between those two numbers. Let me just write in that previous calculation. So how do we find the difference, guys? We're going to take away the smaller one from the bigger one. 86.75 minus 72.09. Again, guys, we can type this into our calculator. 86.75 minus 72.09. What do we get? We're going to get 14.66 as our answer to that one, guys. So in that middle slot, what's it going to be? 14.66. Now, finally, we can see that we go into this last period with £86.75. That's our balance. We get paid a salary of £1,430.29. So what are we going to do? We're going to add those two numbers together to get our closing balance, 86.75 plus 1,430.29. Typing that into our calculator, guys, is the final calculation, 86.75 plus 1,430.29. What are we going to get when we do that? We're going to get 1,517.04. And that, guys, is going to be the final gap, £1,517 and 4 pence. Let me know, guys. Did we get that? Did it make sense? Slicks, let me know in the chat. Did that make sense? I don't know if you guys can hear the music as well. I'm playing a little bit of music in the background. Any questions, let me know. Slick said it made sense. Beautiful, beautiful. Let me go on to the next question. Really classic question. This is question 8. Let's have a look. The interior angle of a regular pentagon is 108 degrees. Work out the sum of the 5 reflex angles at the vertices of this regular pentagon. Guys, going to give you 2 minutes for this one, and then I'm going to go through it. Let me set this 2-minute timer. Beautiful, beautiful. Any questions, guys? Make sure you let me know. Make sure you let me know. Also, any requests, anything you want me to do differently, anything you want me to add to the stream. Amor Dabas said, can we do EdXL higher? After this, definitely. That is going to be the next one. Probably Friday evening, 5 till 7. Probably need to confirm that still. I'll drop it on the TikTok. And I'll also announce it on the YouTube, actually. So yeah, definitely we can do that. 2 minutes for this one, guys. No worries, Amar. Thanks for joining the chat. Good to have you. Let me know, guys, when you're ready to go through this. As soon as anybody drops ready in the chat, we will talk about it. Amor Dabas said, isn't it 360 over 5? You can use that method for this question. I was just trying to work out what you meant there. Let's see, 30 more seconds. And just check the question. Amar, it does say work out the sum of the 5 reflex angles at the vertices of a regular pentagon. Okay, guys. Oh, I just saw it got to 0. How are we going to do this question? So, what we essentially need to do, guys, is work out the size of one of these exterior angles, the exterior reflex angle, and then multiply it by 5 because we have 5 of them, because this is a pentagon. How are we going to do it? We know that the angles around a point add up to 360 degrees. So, to find this angle here, we can do 360 subtract 108. 360 subtract 108, guys, is going to be 252. 252. Then, guys, what can we do? We can times this by the number of angles that we have. 252 times by 5. You can do that, guys, on your calculator. And when you do so, what's it going to give you? It's going to give you 1,260 as your answer. I think, Amar, maybe you got a little bit confused there. By doing 360 divided by 5, you would have effectively worked out that angle there. We want, in this question, this entire angle here. Hopefully that one made sense, guys. Moving on to the next one, question 8b. And for this one, I'm just going to talk you through the answer because a lot of you guys aren't going to have this printed out, so it doesn't really make sense to go through it fully. Let's have a look then. The question says, Omar asks Harry, how many lines of symmetry does a pentagon have? Harry assumes it's a regular pentagon. His answer is 5. Draw the lines of symmetry on his regular pentagon. Guys, a regular pentagon is going to have 5 lines of symmetry. It's going to have 5 lines over which we can fold it and get the shape to fold exactly onto itself. And what are they going to be? They're going to be straight lines which go through each of our points and go straight through the opposite side. Now, we draw all 5 of those on, and then we move on to question 8c, which says, Omar then says, what if the pentagon is not regular? Now, the question says, for a pentagon that is not regular, what is true about the number of lines of symmetry? Guys, the answer to this one is going to be that there could be either 0 or 1. And the best way to think about this is going to be to kind of use trial and error and draw out a non-regular pentagon. What's a non-regular pentagon, guys? It's a pentagon in which not all of the side lengths are exactly the same. We can see that this is going to be the only type which we can actually kind of come up with, which has at least 1 line of symmetry. We can draw any other pentagons, I should say, which have 2 or any number up to 2, 3, or 4 lines of symmetry. So the answer, guys, is going to be 0 or 1. And then what would it look like if it has 0? You could just draw any pentagon with 5 sides, which are all different lengths, and that is going to give you a pentagon with 0 lines of symmetry. Let me know in the chat, guys. Did that make sense? It was a little bit of a difficult one to explain. Let me know. Any questions, or can I move on? Drop move on in the chat if you're ready for me to move on. Amar says, oh yes, that makes sense. Beautiful. Moving on. Okay, question 9. There's a bunch of information on the screen here, guys. I'm just going to quickly pull the question over. The question says, in total, how much per month do the 56 customers pay? So I'm going to paste this in down here, just so you can see the question there. And then I'm going to give you a few minutes to work this one out. Let's go for a 3-minute timer for this one. Awesome. Thanks for the interaction, guys. Let's get this chat popping off if we can. First time on YouTube doing a live stream, and I need to kind of figure out the lineup of everything. I can see that we're overlapping a bit down in this corner. I'll figure that out for next time. Oh, okay. Thing I'm very glad about, though, guys, I have to say. Slick said, yeah, timer looks weird. Yeah, let me take that off. Let me take that off. A said got 10 people on now. Yep, it's fluctuating a little bit. It's fluctuating a little bit. Question number 9. I'm going to give you 2 more minutes to work that out because I know I meant to set a timer. Still getting used to this YouTube experience. And it's a little bit lower energy, I got to say. TikTok's always very frantic. I'm always speaking quickly. There's always like 50 or 100 or even 200, 500, 1,000 people on there. A lot less people on here, so we can be a little bit more chilled out. Drop ready in the chat, guys, when you're ready for me to talk about this one. In total, how much money do the 56 customers pay? Amar is ready. Let me wait for one more person to say ready. Sorry if you can hear the dog barking. Anybody else ready? Or shall I let this timer run? Let's see. Chat's very quiet today. It's quite nice to do a chilled session. Okay, Slick said, I don't get this one. It's been a while since I've done them. No worries at all. A is ready. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's have a look then. Question 9, Slicks. No worries. Questions like this come up quite a lot. Let's have a look and see if we can get it. So the question says, 56 customers pay for satellite television. They all have the basic package for $24.50 per month. Some also have the sports package, which is £27.50 extra per month, and the movie package, which is £18 extra per month. It then says the frequency tree shows the number of customers with each package. We have 56 on the basic, sports we have 21, and the movies we're going to have these 14 and these 8. Guys, what are we going to have to do? We're going to have to do our 56 people paying for the basic package times by the price of the basic package, which is £24.50. Then we're going to have to add to that the number of people on the sports package, which is 21, times by the price of the sports package, which is £27.50. So we're going to do plus 21 times by £27.50. Then we're going to add to that the people paying for the movie package. How many people are paying for the movie package? We have 14 plus 8, which is 22. So we can do plus 22 times by the price, which was 18. So we're going to do 22 times by 18. This gives us a pretty long thing we can type into our calculator. Just bear with me a second. 56 times by 24.5 plus 21 times by 27.5 plus 22 times by 18. What do we get, guys? We get £2,345.50 as our answer to this one. Hopefully that one made sense, guys. Let's have a look. Any questions in the chat? Slicks, let me know, mate. Did that one make sense? Let me know. Amar said, how are you so good at maths? Do you have a degree? Thank you very much. I do have a degree. I have a degree in economics. Yeah, I did lots of maths in my degree. Also did, GCSE maths, A-level further maths, all of that good stuff. So you build some skills over time. Let's just say that. Amar said, can we get to know you? Definitely, mate. Definitely. Hit me with any questions you have, and I'm happy to answer. Okay, Slick said, not really, unfortunately. Okay, no worries at all, mate. No worries at all. I'm going to be posting the replay of this. So hopefully you can have a look at that, and it'll make sense then. If not, we can cover it another time. Amar said, what is your name? My name is Matt. My name is Matt. You can call me Matt. You can call me Sir. A lot of people say Sir. Let's see. Question 10. Zoe is thinking of a number. 3/10 of 90 is equal to 1/2 of her number. What number is she thinking of? What do we reckon? Hey, nice to meet you too, Amal. Nice to meet you too. Great to have you already. Great to have you already. A said, guys, now's the best time to ask questions before YouTube lives become popular. I think you're probably right, A. I think you're probably right. During the peak of the exam season, I'm hoping for 500 people at least on each of these lives on YouTube. Last year, TikTok, we got up to about the day before the first exam. I think we had 2,500 people on the live, which was pretty crazy. Yeah. Another good thing about being early on the YouTube is we're gonna form a little community. We're gonna form a little community, and we'll definitely be remembering the early people. Let's just say that. Okay, question number 10, guys. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready to talk about it. Let's see. Okay. I don't know what it is, guys, but when I do these lives, my nose always gets blocked. I think because I'm speaking so much without pausing. Don't know what it is. Okay, guys, drop ready in the chat when you're ready, and we can talk about it. Slick said 54. Anybody else? Mary B said, do you know German? Sorry, I saw your comment. Ich habe nicht genug Zeit gehabt, eine Antwort zu geben. Also, ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch. Ich habe es für A-Levels gemacht. Also ja, ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch, aber ich habe Deutsch seit vielleicht 2 Jahren nicht gesprochen oder 3 Jahren. Also es ist nicht so gut momentan. Okay, question 10. Let's have a look. Zoe is thinking of a number. 3/10 of 90 is 1/2 of a number. What number is she thinking of, guys? First step, let's find 3/10 of 90. Then we're going to double it to find her number because that's going to be half of a number. To get from half to the whole, we double it. Let's get it done. So we're going to do 3/10 of 90. So we're going to do 3 over 10 times by 90. You can do that on the calculator, guys. You're going to get 27. Then, guys, to get from that to our answer, we're going to double it. We're going to do 27 times by 2, and that is going to give us 54 as our answer. Well done, Slicks. Anybody else? Let's see. Moving on to question 11. We want to keep the pace high so we have time to finish this paper today. Amar said, I got to study biology for a test tomorrow. I'll definitely join the stream on Friday. Great to hear. Great to hear. Good luck with the biology revision. Good luck with the test. And I will see you on Friday. Looking forward to it. Mary B said, wow, danke schön. Naja, bitte, bitte. Question 11. On a journey, Laura sees 30 vehicles. Each vehicle is a car, a van, or a lorry. She draws this bar chart. We see that we have vehicles seen. We have number of vehicles on the y-axis and type of vehicle on the x-axis. Make 2 criticisms of her bar chart. What do we reckon, guys? Anyone got any ideas in the chat? Anyone got any ideas? Okay, let me just have a look at this as well. Anybody got any ideas of the 2 criticisms? Slicks, what are you saying, mate? You got any ideas? Add them all only equals 28. Very, very good. Yeah, superb job. Yep, that's our first one. So let's talk about it, guys. First one, what's it going to be? We're told in the question that she sees 30 vehicles. However, if we add together all of our frequencies, we can see that they don't add to 30. If we do 14 plus our 4 plus our 10, we get 28, just as Slick said, which is not equal to 30, so she's done her frequencies wrong. Let's write that in. Frequencies must be wrong. Okay, that's our first mistake. Any ideas on the second one? What's the second one? Guys, the second one is going to be the fact that the gaps between the bar charts are not the same. Whenever we draw a bar chart, guys, the gaps between the different bars have to be the same. So the problem here is that the gaps are not the same. Okay, hopefully that one makes sense. Moving on to the next question, guys. Question 12. Let's have a look. I would say this is the trickiest one yet. Let's have a look. 4 marker. Let me put a 3-minute timer on. Let me put a 3-minute timer on. Okay. Mary B said, Machen Sie eine... Okay, let me try and translate this, guys. Are you doing a run-through for the edXL higher exam? Are you doing a run-through for the edXL higher exam? Correct me if I'm wrong, Mary B. I think that's what that means. Yes, definitely. Come back on Friday, 5 p.m. We're going to be doing a run-through for edXL, higher tier paper. Guys, this is only the beginning. I need to make an official plan. However, my intention is to do pretty much a live stream every single day in the build-up to exams. And we're going to be bouncing between higher foundation, AQA, edXL. Today we've started with AQA Foundation because it was actually the most requested in the DMs, but we will definitely be doing edXL higher papers. Jasmine Masters said, you're so helpful. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let me know, guys, when you're ready for us to go through it. What do you think, by the way, of the YouTube setup? Talk to me in the chat. I know there's 9 of us watching. One of them's me, so there's 8 of us watching. Guys, AMT, A, Slicks, Mary B, Jasmine Masters, Amor, if you're still here. Guys, let me know, what do you think of this YouTube live? How does it compare to the TikTok? This kind of setup with me on the screen down here, the paper over here. I'm going to add some more bells and whistles. We're going to make it even nicer. But let me know, what do you think of this compared to TikTok? Chat is dead today. Chat's dead today. Question 12. Let's have a look in just a minute. Okay. A said it's a bit boring. I miss the old chat. Dominic said on YouTube it's so much more clear. Mary B said I only use... What? Are they not... Okay, so my chat's actually out of date, so I'm missing some of them on this part. Okay, let me have a quick look. Yes, it does. Thank you. I also struggle with this subject, so I will wait. Okay, no worries at all. Ronnie said, is this non-calculated? This is a calculator paper. Guys, I've got two chats going on here, and I just realized that one's missing a lot of them. Mary B said, I only use YouTube, so I like this one. Okay, awesome. Jasmine said, I like it because it's a lot bigger than TikTok. I thought that might be the case. Ace said, it's a bit boring. I miss the old chat. Yeah, fair enough. There's definitely a lot less energy over here on YouTube, that's for sure. Okay. Ace said, but YouTube is definitely 109% better. Yeah, okay. AMT said, I think it's good. I prefer your TikTok lives, but this is good. The setup is good. Okay, hopefully, guys, the goal is going to be to get these lives as popping as the TikTok lives. That's going to be the goal, so we'll see if we can do it. Let me talk about this question then, guys. The question says, a drawing has a scale of 1 to 40. It then says on the drawing, a bedroom is a rectangle measuring 10 centimeters by 18 centimeters. It then says a kitchen has an actual area of 300,000 centimeters squared, which has the bigger actual area, the kitchen or the bedroom. How we're going to do this, guys? What we're going to do is we're going to draw out a quick rectangle to represent the bedroom. So we're going to draw this out just like so. We're going to say that the drawing has a base of 18 centimeters and a height of 10 centimeters. And we're told in the question that it has a scale of 1 to 40. So in reality, the base is going to be 40 times as big as this, and the height is going to be 40 times as big as this. So working out the area of this rectangle then, we're going to do 18 times by 40, times by our 10 times by our 40. We type that into our calculator, guys, and when we do so, we're going to get 288,000. So because we have a scale factor of 1 to 40, the real base is 40 times as big, the real height is 40 times as big. So we're going to do 18 times 40 for the base, 10 times by 40 for the height, and then we're going to multiply them both together, and we're going to get 288,000. So which has the bigger actual area? We can see that the kitchen has a bigger actual area. Why? Because 300,000 is bigger than 288,000. That, guys, is going to be the answer to that one. Moving on now to question 13. Now I'll have a look back at the chat. Let's see. Mary B said, I don't do AQA, I do add Excel higher, but I watch this for extra practice. To be honest, it's a fantastic idea. This is a great bit of practice, a bit more of a chilled out session. Mary B as well, if you have any questions for me, hit me with them now because this is going to be the best time to ask questions. We only have 5 people on. The minimum we had on TikTok last night, was it last night, a couple of nights ago? The minimum at any point in time was 45. So if you have any questions, let me know. Jasmine Master said, I've got to go, but thanks for the help. You're the GOAT. Thank you very much, Jasmine. Good to have you on here today. Good to have you on here. See you next time. Okay, question 13, guys. Let me know when you're ready to go through this. Drop a ready in the chat, and we can talk about it. We have a 2 marker here. Let me know when you're ready. Slick said, did you send me the playlist? I didn't actually. Let me send it to you. Let me send it to you tonight. I'll send it after the stream. Okay, A's ready. Let me know, guys, when you're ready. Okay, Slicks is ready, guys. Let's talk about it. Question number 13, it says here are 2 similar shapes. We have shape A and shape B. The lengths of edges in shape A to the lengths of edges in shape B is 2 to 5, and then it says that the perimeter of A is 210 millimeters. What are we going to do? The first thing we're going to do, guys, is work out the scale factor in lengths. Then we're going to multiply the perimeter of A by that scale factor. How are we going to do the scale factor? Well, the ratio is 2 to 5. How do we get from 2 to 5? We times it by 2.5. In other words, we could think of that as being timesing it by 5 over 2. So scale factor is 2.5. We're going to do 210, which is the perimeter, times by 2.5. When we do that, guys, what are we going to get? Let me work that out. 210 times by 2.5, we're going to get 525. So that, guys, is going to be our answer, 525 millimeters. Hopefully that made sense. Any questions, let me know. Otherwise, question 14 is next on the cards. We have a Venn diagram question here, guys. Yeah, A said I changed my name to A on here so that I would be recognized. Awesome. Yeah. Good to have you, A. I'm glad you did that. Okay, guys. Let me know when you're ready to go through this one. Question 14. Mary B said, sorry, but how did you get the 2.5? We did our 5, which was the number of parts for shape B, divided by 2, the number of parts for shape A, to work out how many times more parts we have in shape A than shape B. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, drop ready in the chat when you're ready to go through this one, guys. Mary B said, oh, okay, great. Awesome. Well done. A's ready. Good to see. Anybody else ready? Let me know. Mary B's ready. Okay, guys, let's talk about it. Question number 14. It says there are 135 passengers on a plane. It then says that 3 of the passengers in business class are flying for the first time. We're told in total there are 15 passengers in business class. 1/4 of the passengers not in business class are flying for the first time. We're then asked to fill in the Venn diagram. How are we going to do it? First of all, we find out that 3 of the passengers in business class are flying for the first time. So we're going to have 3 in the middle of the Venn diagram. That's going to be the passengers who are flying business class and flying for the first time. We know that in total there are 15 passengers in business class. 3 of them are flying for the first time. So to work out the number not flying for the first time, we're going to do 15 minus 3, which is going to give us 12. That is going to be the number in business class not flying for the first time. Now, what about the rest of the Venn diagram? What can we do? Well, we're told in the question that 1/4 of the passengers not in business class are flying for the first time. We're going to work out the total number of passengers who are not in business class, and then we're going to work out 1/4 of that. That's going to be the not flying for the first time, and the rest are going to be flying for the first time. Let's get it done. How many passengers are not flying in business class? We're going to do 135 minus 15, which is going to be 120. Then we can do 1/4 of that. 1/4 times by 120, doing that on the calculator, guys, is going to be 30. 1/4 of the passengers not in business class are flying for the first time, so that's going to go in the first time section, and the rest of them, guys, are going to go on the outside. It's going to be 90. Why is it going to be 90? Because we have 120 minus a 30 flying for the first time. That's going to give us 90. Hopefully that one made sense. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, we can move on to the next one. Question 14b. Okay, time Manate, we're going to be doing EdXL higher tier on Friday. EdXL higher tier on Friday. Question 14b, it says one of the passengers is chosen at random. Write down the probability that the passenger is in business class. Guys, how are we going to do it? What do we reckon? Probability of flying in business class. we're going to do, guys, the total number of people flying in business class, which is going to be 15 out of the total number of people that we have, 135. So, guys, we can do 15 divided by 135. That's going to be our probability. On to question 15. Let's have a look. A said, I think Matt's hungry. Pineapple. Let me know what you mean. I am actually quite hungry, to be honest. I am quite hungry. Let's see. Anybody know question 15? Drop it in the chat if you've got it. Let's see. Time Manate, how about foundation? You can join this one, to be honest. This is an AQA foundation paper. Still going to be really beneficial if you're doing EdXL. If, however, you want to stick just to the EdXL, probably Saturday is going to be the first one of those. But I'll announce it on the TikTok and on the YouTube as well. That's good to hear, AMT. That's good to hear. A few more people joining. Time Manate says, what time around? To be honest, mate, I'm not sure at the moment. And says, will you do higher? Definitely in the coming days. I will be making an announcement for that. Okay, question 15, A and B, guys. How are we going to do it? What do we reckon? A line has the equation y equals x plus 3. Write down the coordinates of the point where the line intersects the y-axis. Guys, to find the y-intercept, what do? We just look at this number on the end. What is it? 3. So we're going to have 0 in the x direction, 3 in the y direction. That's going to be our y-intercept. We can think of this as being the value of y when x is equal to 0. We have y equals 0 plus 3. We're just going to get y equals 3. So that's why it's going to be 3 there. The next question, write down the coordinates of the point where the graph intersects the x-axis. Now, this is also actually a pretty common exam question, and not many people at all know how to do it. What are we going to do? We're going to substitute in that y is equal to 0. Why? Because the value of x at the x-intercept is going to be the value of x when y is equal to 0, when we are 0 up or down. So we're going to sub in y equals 0. We're going to get 0 equals x plus 3. Now, guys, we're going to rearrange this to find the value of x when y is equal to 0. We're going to get x equals minus 3. So, guys, the x-axis intercept, what's it going to be? It's going to be minus 3, 0. That is going to be our answer to this one. Hopefully that made sense. Thank you very, very much, Bibi Labra. I appreciate that. Or Bibi Libra. Sorry, I butchered your name. But thank you. Okay, on to the next ones. Hopefully those made sense. Let me know if you have any questions. And actually, I've decided on the spot we're going to skip question 16 just because I know a lot of you guys are not going to have this printed out, so it's not going to make sense to do it here. So I'm going to skip this. And we're going to move on to question 17. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions in the chat. Hey, come on, Famalam, cuz welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Good to have you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, nice. I just saw your TikTok story. Come on. We only have 9 people on here, guys, so it's a great opportunity to ask me any questions. A nice says hi to Famalam. Come on. Bibi Libra says, I'm so scared for my GCSEs. Hey, a lot of people are sharing those emotions. I know a lot of people have got a bit of anxiety going on. A lot of people are a little bit worried about what they're going to be like and how they're going to go and everything. Don't you worry about that. I'm going to lead you through it, and I'm going to be talking a lot about the emotional side of things, how to manage the stress, how to manage the anxiety, and actually how to make friends with it, because these things are actually emotions, or these emotions are there to help us, believe it or not. As much as they may feel unpleasant sometimes, they are actually there to help us. Question 17, guys. Let's have a look. AMT in the house. Nice, Famalam. Mary B said, do you think I can jump a grade in time for paper 1 maths? Absolutely no question at all. Definitely you can. Absolutely, definitely. There's no question at all. You've got time to jump 3 grades. I know this sounds crazy, but you've got time to jump 3 grades, let alone 1 grade. So yeah, honestly, definitely. You do a few of these past papers, you'll be making multiple grades progress. Okay, guys, drop ready in the chat when you're ready for question 17. We have 5 marks up for grabs here. Let's have a look. A said, should be revising but watching Netflix. What are you guys watching? Go on, tell me. You know what I've got into recently, or I'm rewatching? Drive to Survive. What a show. If anybody's watched that, I love it. Mary B said, it's just a struggle to juggle maths and my other subjects. Yep, I can also talk about that. Asharani says, when are you doing AQA higher tier? Not sure yet. Announcement to come. Announcement to come. Brooklyn Nine-Nine classic show. Slick said, yes. I think that was about Drive to Survive. Awesome. A said she's watching a Korean drama. Nice. Okay, guys, are you ready for this question? Drop ready in the chat when you're ready, and we can talk about it. Let's see. Baby Libra said, do you watch Big Bang Theory? I actually don't, if you were asking me. I actually don't. Who's ready? Drop ready in the chat for me when you're ready, and we can talk about this one. What do we reckon? Quite a good question, this. Question 17. Mary B is ready. Nice, Sharani. Good on you. Good on you. Haha, Famalam's ready. Come on. Billy Libra is ready, I believe, as well. Guys, let's talk about it. Question 17, what are we going to do? Let's see. Question 17 says, in a bag there are 10 pence coins, 20 pence coins, and 50 pence coins. We're told that there are 2 fewer 20 pence coins than 10 pence coins, and there are 5 more 50 pence coins than 10 pence coins. Complete the table. What are we going to do? We know that there are 2 fewer 20 pence coins and 10 pence coins. We know the number of 10 pence coins is equal to n, and that's why the number of 20 pence coins is n minus 2. Whatever the number of 10 pence coins, we take 2 away from that. That's how we get the number of 20 pence coins. We're going to apply similar logic to our 50 pence coins. We know there are 5 more 50 pence coins and 10 pence coins, so we can do the number of 10 pence coins, which is n, plus 5, and that's going to give us our answer, n plus 5. Now, where do we go from there? We're going to need to answer the next question, which is a little bit longer. What does it say? It says, altogether, there are 60 coins. Work out the value of the 20 pence coin. Step number 1, guys, that's going to be to find the value of n. How are we going to do that? Well, we know that there are 60 coins in total. So we know if we add together the number of 10 pence, 20 pence, and 50 pence coins, we're going to get 60. In other words, if we take the number of 10 pence coins, n, add it to the number of 20 pence coins, n minus 2, and add it to the number of 50 pence coins, n plus 5, we're going to get 60, the total number of coins. This, guys, is an equation which we can simplify and solve. Our n plus our n plus our n, that's going to give us 3n. And then we have our 5 minus our 2, that's going to give us plus 3, and that's going to be equal to 60. Now, guys, this is an equation which we can rearrange and solve. We're going to subtract 3 from both sides. We get 3n equals 57, which is 60 minus 3. Then, guys, we can divide both sides of our equation by 3. We're going to get n equals 57 divided by 3, which is 19. Where do we go from there? What we're going to do, guys, is we're going to do our number of coins, 19, times by the value of those coins. Well, we want the total value of 20 pence coins. How many 20 pence coins do we have? We have n minus 2. So we're going to do 19 minus our 2, which is going to give us 17. Then what can we do? We can do 17 times by our 0.2, which is going to be 20 pence in pounds. 17 times by 0.2, typing it into the calculator. What are we going to get? We're going to get 3.4, giving us £3.40 as our answer. I lost focus for a second there, guys. Got a little bit jumbled. Hopefully it made sense, though. Hopefully it was very clear. If you have any questions, let me know. Looking at the chat now, A says, guys, can't wait for exams to be over. I know a lot of people are feeling that way. Famlam said, for real, but season 8 is so weird. Okay. Let's see. Matt gives off Gina vibes mixed with Jake. I have no idea who they are. Okay. Slick said, also, Matt, who is your favorite F1 driver? Because I forgot to ask earlier. You know, if I'm going McLaren, I'm going to go Norris. However, I think overall I do like Carlos Sainz. I do like Sainz. I think he's a cool guy. I think he's a good driver. Okay, question 18 on the screen, guys. Let me know if you have any questions with that previous one. Otherwise, let's move on to question 18. You would look good with pop band hair. I have no idea what that means. Thank you, I guess, but... Slicks is a Ricardo fan. Ricardo's a Dark Knight, I gotta say. Ricardo, sometimes I love him, sometimes I hate him. He's always dividing opinion, that guy. Or dividing my opinion, at least. But yeah, I like Signs. I like his dad as well. He comes across well, you know. I say that like we're best friends. Okay. Libra B said, "Can you try a different hairstyle?" Maybe we'll save those kind of games for later in the exam period when we need a little bit of like silly relaxation, downtime or whatever. Maybe we can play those games then. But I'll save it. Unless next time I just show up with a shaved head. What do we reckon to that? Okay, question 18. A is ready. Anybody else ready? Let me just quickly read the question. A force of 180 newtons is applied to the surface of this triangle. Work out the pressure, given that pressure equals force divided by area. Libra B is ready. What do we reckon? What are we going to need to do, guys? Step number 1, we're going to need to find the area of this triangle. How do we work out the area of a triangle? We use the fact that area is equal to a half times by our base times by our height. Our base here is 12, our height is 10, so we're going to do a half times by 12 times by 10, and that, guys, if you typed it into your calculator, would give you 60. Now what do? We do pressure equals force divided by area. We know that the force is 180, the area is 60, so we can say that our pressure is equal to our 180 divided by 60, which, guys, if you typed into your calculator, would give you 3. Now there, we have our answer, 3 newtons per centimeter squared. Any questions with that, let me know. Otherwise, question 19. And even if you don't have this paper printed out, guys, do this question. Even if you don't have it printed out. You can just draw your own little axes or at least think about it. Any questions, guys? Let me know. I think we're going to be finished pretty early today. We've been live for 1 hour, 10 minutes. Maybe at the end, I'll do kind of an extended Q&A. Maybe at the end, we'll just call it a day if there's not many people on. Let's see how many people we can get on. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Maybe put a post on TikTok or something. But it is nice, to be honest, to get used to this whole layout while there's not many people here, because part of me was worried that I would join, not know how all this back end works, and, mess up the stream with like 500 people on here or 100 people or whatever. So it's quite good that this was the way. Question 19, guys. Famlam said, ping the Discord tomorrow. Most people probably don't know you're back doing lives. That's a great shout, mate. I'll definitely do that. Okay, question 19. In a sport, the number of points is directly proportional to the number of wins. On the axes, sketch a graph to show this relationship. Guys, what is the direct proportion graph? The direct proportion graph is going to be a straight line going through the point 0, 0, up like that. And that's going to be our answer to this one, guys, a classic direct proportion graph. Moving on, question 20. This one I have done already because it doesn't really make sense to do on the stream. If you want, watch the stream back and you can pause it here and have a look at what I did. I don't want to waste everybody's time, so I'm going to move on to question 21. Probably the hardest question yet, I would say. A little bit confusing, this one. But I know a lot of you guys can do this, that's for sure. A lot of you guys can definitely do this. Any questions, guys? Let me know. Otherwise, question 21 is where we're going to go next. I don't know if you guys can hear the music I'm playing. Otherwise, I'm just bobbing my head. And you might be thinking, like, what's this guy doing? Moving his head up and down. I have some music playing in the background. A said, Matt, do we prefer YouTube or TikTok? At the moment, I've got to say TikTok's a place to be. I might even go live for 10 minutes on TikTok after this. Just, way more people joining everything. It's a bit more of a party over there. I think YouTube is going to get great. And as I get better at it, at the moment, I'm not so good at YouTube Live because it's my first time and I'm figuring out, the dynamics of looking at the chat versus a screen versus a camera. This mic's getting in my way a little bit, so I'm going to change that around. But we're going to get a lot better very quickly. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But yeah, I'm going to say TikTok at the moment. Mary B said, what music is it? We're on the Afro beats. Thank you, Ashirani. Said I would give 100 out of 100 for your teaching skills. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Guys, drop ready in the chat when you're ready for this one. Mary B said, do you listen to Olivia Rodrigo? Not really. Not really my cup of tea, to be honest. But my sisters absolutely love her. Having said that, they absolutely love her. And she does have one live performance at Camden, at Jazz Cafe in Camden, which is pretty good. So I'm not hating on her, that's for sure. But yeah, if you've not seen that, Mary B, watch that. It's a great performance. Really, really good. Question 21, guys. Let me know when you're ready. Drop ready in the chat, and we can talk about it. Let me know when you're ready, guys. A's ready. Anybody else ready? Anybody else ready for this one? Let me know in the chat. Anybody ready? Anybody ready? Chat's gone quiet on me. Unless there's some delay. Otherwise, I'm just going to go through it because I think we've had enough time. Famlam said, oh, maybe some people are working. Makes sense. It makes sense. A said ready. AMT said ready. That makes sense, Famlam. A lot of people will probably have this on in the background for revision. So yeah. Slick said, always struggle with speed and time. Don't worry, mate. Let's go through this one. Hopefully we'll make it clear. I'll go through in a fair bit of detail. Question said that Beth drives 200 miles in 4 hours. It then says she drives the first 18 miles at an average speed of 36 miles per hour. Work out her average speed for the rest of the journey. What do we know about speed, distance, and time, guys? We know that speed is equal to distance divided by time. So if we want to know her average speed for the rest of the journey, we need to know the distance she travels, and we need to know the time that she takes. Now, we're told something about the first part of her journey. It's that she drives the first 18 miles at an average speed of 36 miles per hour. Using that information, we can work out the time of the first part. That's going to allow us to work out the time and the distance of the second part, and we can go from there. Now, we need to work out the time for the first part. We know that speed is equal to distance over time. We can rearrange this equation. We can times both sides by t to get time times by speed equals distance, and then to work out time, we can do time equals distance divided by speed. So working out the time for that first part of the journey, we're going to do time is equal to our distance of 18 miles divided by our time of 36 miles per hour. If we type that into our calculator, guys, to simplify, we get 0.5 hours. So we know that the first part of our journey was 0.5 hours. Now, what does that tell us about the last part of the journey? Well, for the last part of the journey, we now know that we travel a distance. What's the distance going to be? Well, the total journey was 200 miles. The first part of the journey was 18 miles. So the distance is going to be 200 minus 18, which is 182 miles. And what's our time going to be? Well, the total journey is 4 hours. The first part of the journey was 0.5 hours. So the total time is going to be 3.5 hours. 182 divided by 3.5, what's it going to be? 182 divided by 3.5, I'll use my calculator for that one. Guys, it's going to be 52. So we get our answer of 52 miles per hour. Hopefully that was clear enough. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's see. Gonna leave that on the screen for a couple of seconds. Take a photo if you need it. Otherwise, I'll move on to the next one. Any questions, guys? Let me know. Hopefully that made sense. Slick said kind of makes sense, but not sure. To be honest, that's pretty good for this one, because this is a difficult question. There's no questions about it. This is a hard one. Okay. Question... Oh, did I just skip one? Sorry, question 22. Nice question, this one. We've got a bit of Pythagoras going on. We've got a bit of areas going on. Guys, let me know if you have any questions. Giving a few minutes to do this one. Let's see. Question 22. I feel like a lot of the time I'm just sitting here bobbing my head listening to my music. Because there's not too much going on in the chat. But I do want to give you some time to go through this. I have a question for you guys in the chat. I have a question, and the question is... I forgot the question. That's ideal, isn't it? What was the question? Go on. What was the question? Oh yeah, the question is, would you like me to zoom in at all? Is it big enough at the moment? Is it the perfect size? Would you like me to zoom in? Should I make myself any bigger, any smaller? A said this is a nice chill life, to be fair. Yeah, that's good. It's nice to have a chill life. I was also thinking this would be good to have in the background for you guys. Well, I don't think there's many of you on, to be honest, but guys from last year. A said bigger. Is that for the question? Question bigger? Is that better? I can do that, that's for sure. But yeah, this is probably nice to have on in the background, you know. Guys, drop ready in the chat when you're ready. The question is a bit small on mobile. I see. Some people are going to be on phones, yeah. Ja, das ist besser. Wunderschön. Danke, Mary B. Okay, you guys ready? Drop ready when you're ready, and we'll talk about it. Nice question, this one, I would say. Ashirani said, is the answer 360 centimeters squared? You're actually correct. Yeah, it is. Don't spam the chat, please. Otherwise, you might be removed pretty quickly. Don't spam the chat. Drop ready when you're ready, guys. Okay. Enough people are ready. Let's talk about it. The question says the diagram shows rectangle ABDE and right angle triangle ABC. It tells us that AC is 17 centimeters and BC is 8 centimeters. It asks us to work out the area of the rectangle ABDE. ABDE, guys, that's going to be the overall rectangle here. How are we going to work out the area? Well, to work out the area of a rectangle, we need the base and we need the height. How do we work out the base and the height? Let's see. Well, first of all, we're told that the ratio of BC to CD is 1 to 2. What does that tell us? It tells us that for every 1 part BC we have 2 parts CD. In other words, CD is going to be twice as big as BC. So what we can do is we can do 8 times by 2, which is going to be 16, telling us the length of CD. Now, what about the height? How are we going to work out the height? What we can see, guys, is that we have a right angle triangle over here. And whenever we have a right angle triangle and we're given 2 side lengths, here it's 8 and 17, and we want to work out the other side length, we're going to be using Pythagoras' theorem. What does that tell us? It tells us that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, where a and b are our 2 non-hypotenuse sides, and c is our hypotenuse, the side length opposite the right angle. We're going to substitute in what we know, And we're going to leave A as our unknown. That's going to represent this side length over here. So we're going to have that A squared is A squared plus B squared. B is going to be 8, so we have 8 squared is going to be equal to 17 squared. Simplifying this and solving it for A, what are we going to do, guys? We know that A squared plus 8 times by 8 is going to be 64, is going to be equal to 17 squared. 17 squared is going to be 289. Now, guys, we can take 64 from both sides. We get A squared equals, that's going to be 225. And then, guys, what can we do? To find the value of A, if A squared is 225, we can square root both sides. We get A is equal to the square root of 225. The square root of 225, guys, using your calculator, that's going to be 15. So we get A equals 15. Now, guys, working out the overall area of this rectangle, what's it going to be? It's going to be 15 times by our base, which is 8 plus 16. 8 plus 16 is 24, so we can do 15 by 24, which is going to be 360. Let me check that on the calculator. 15 times 24, yep, 360. That is going to be our answer. Well done, Asharani. Well done. You got it right. Anybody else? Let me know in the chat. Did you get that one? 360. That is going to be our answer. Anybody get that one? I think there's a big delay on the chat, maybe, guys. I think there's a big delay on the chat. Do you guys think there's a delay on the chat from like what you're writing versus me replying to it? Do you think there's a delay? Because quite often I say stuff and I get no response for a while and then it comes a bit after. A said there is. There is a delay on the chat. Okay. Let me figure out a way to fix that for next time. Let me fix that. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, let me figure out a way to fix that for next time. A said. Okay, Famlam said, I thought you reply quick. It's just a quiet day. Yeah, maybe. Okay, moving to the next question. 23 is on there. I'll leave that on there, and we're going to do a test. We're going to do a test of the input delay. So, Famlam, if you can hear me, I'm going to say, when I say 3, 2, 1, well, what should the message be? Let's do my GCSE maths. So when I say 3, 2, 1, go. When I say go, write my GCSE maths in the chat. Okay? I want to check what the delay is. I want to check what the delay is. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see. Maybe I'm just making myself look silly over here. Maybe no one can hear me. Okay, that was a bit of a delay. That was maybe a 3 or 4, 5 second delay. Mary B said it as well. Thank you, Mary B. Okay, I'm going to figure out all the fixes for this for next time. We're going to have these YouTube lives running very smoothly in the not too distant. Okay, question 23, guys. Only 2 marks up for grabs. What are we going to do? It says, in a sport, injury time is added time played at the end of a match. The table shows injury time, team minutes played in 380 matches. Circle the 2 words that describe the data. What are they going to be, guys? Here we have continuous data. Why? Because time can get infinitely more accurate. There is infinitely more detail you can go into when it comes to identifying time. And it's going to be grouped. Why grouped? Because we have these inequalities in the injury time column. We know that time is between 2 and 0 minutes, between 4 and 2 minutes. So we have grouped data over there. Okay. Question 23b, which class interval contains the median? You must show your working. How do I identify it, guys? The median, what's it going to be? It's going to be the number which, when we line all of the numbers up from smallest to biggest, is in the middle. Here we can see that we have 380 numbers. The median is going to be halfway through, so we can do 380 divided by 2, which is going to be 190. That's going to tell us which the median value is. Which group is that going to be in? Well, we can see that this first group contains the first 59 people. The second group contains the next 158 people. So this group takes us up to 59. The next group is going to take us up to 59 plus 158, which is going to be 217. So we can see that the 190th value will lie in this group here. It's the group which is between 2 and 4, where 2 is not included and 4 is. Hopefully that's clear enough, guys. Some of you might be thinking you have to do 380 plus 1, which is 381, then divide by 2, which is 190.5. You can do it that way as well, but you actually don't need to for this question. Just makes your life a little bit more difficult. Okay, question 23C. What percentage of the matches had more than 6 minutes left of injury time? How are we going to do that, guys? What percentage of the matches had more than 6 minutes left of injury time? I'm going to do this one for us because it's on 2 pages. What we're going to do is we're going to work out the total number of people, the total number of matches, I should say, which had over 6 minutes. So that's going to be 45 plus 12, which is 57. So it's going to be 57 matches out of how many matches in total? 380 matches. Then we want to convert that fraction, 57 over 380, into a percentage. How do we do that, guys? To go from a fraction to a percentage, we times by 100. 57 over 380 times by 100. Definitely not going to do that one in my head. What's it going to be, guys? It's going to be 15. So our answer is going to be 15%. And then we can move on to question 24, which is a bit of a funny one. Thank you, Mary B. Says you deserve a few more views. Shrihari, sorry, I think I pronounced your name very badly, said, I'm doing this year, but I'm doing GCSEs this year, but I'm only studying in year 9. Awesome. Well done, well done. There was somebody else who was doing the same thing. I think Asharani, was it maybe, who's also in year 9 doing GCSEs this year? Good on you. I know some people do that. Some people do that. Mary B said, do I like Taylor Swift? I've got to say, that's another person who I'm not a fan of. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. Again, my sisters love Taylor Swift. Both of them love Taylor Swift. I'm not much of a Taylor Swift guy, to be honest. Question 24, guys. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready. And how many questions are there in this paper? Let me just have a very quick look. Only 28, so we're almost finished. We're almost finished. A's ready. Love to see it. Yeah, Mary B's a Taylor Swift fan. Fair enough. I know there's a lot of Taylor Swift fans around. I know there's a lot. My sisters will be glad hearing that. Anybody ready apart from A? AMT's having a nap after this. Me too. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to the gym after this, to be honest. But I can imagine you need a nap. I'm going to have a nap when I get home. Okay, 24. X is an integer. We know that X is greater than -4 and less than or equal to 2. We also know that 2 is less than or equal to x plus 3, which is less than 9. Guys, these inequality signs, when they have the line under them, that means that the number in the inequality is included in the category, or in the group, I should say. It asks us to work out the possible values of x. The first step to this one, guys, is going to be to rewrite this inequality so that it has just an x in the middle. How do we do that? We need to get the x on its own. At the moment, x is having 3 added to it, so we're going to subtract 3 from all 3 of these. That's going to leave the x on its own. 2 minus 3 is -1, which is less than or equal to x, which is going to be less than 9 minus 3, which is going to be 6. Now we can write out the different values of x which satisfy the first inequality, the different values of x which satisfy the second inequality, then we can see which ones satisfy both. What are we going to have? In this first one, we're going to have -3 because that -4 is not included. We're going to have -2, we're going to have -1, we're going to have 0, we're going to have 1, and we're going to have 2. 2 is included because of that or equal to sign. Looking at this second category, what are we going to have? We're going to have -1, we're going to have 0, we're going to have 1, we're going to have 2, we're going to have 3, we're going to have 4, we're going to have 5, we're going to have 6. Which ones are in both, guys? We can see that -1, 0, 1, 2 are going to be in both of them. So they're going to be the possible values. I wrote that one twice there. Let me get rid of that. What are we going to have then, guys? We're going to have -1, 0, 1, and 2. That is going to be the different values that x could take. Hopefully that made sense, guys. Any questions, let me know. Otherwise, moving on to the next one. Question 25. I think these are our final 4 questions. Yeah, final 4 questions. Awesome. Shrihari said, are you working in any schools? Actually, I don't work in schools. I do everything from home and privately. Mary B said, your sisters will probably get 9s in maths. They have an amazing maths teacher. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you very much. My sisters are actually a little bit older. My older sister is 24 and my younger sister is 20, 19 actually, 19. So, yeah, they're long past GCSE days. The Duos Destroyer said, can you do equations and inequalities? I'm struggling for my end of year test. Yep, stick around till the end. I've decided I'm going to do a little bit of a free-for-all, teach some random topics, because we are going to finish before the 2-hour mark. But I'm going to have a 5-minute break in that time. So, yeah, you'll have to wait for that. Question 25, guys, and then question 26. Let me know. Do we have any questions? And are we ready? If we're ready, drop ready in the chat, and we can talk about it. I'm bobbing my head again to my music. Anybody ready? Drop ready in the chat for me, and we'll talk about it. A is ready. Okay, that's been the most interactive person in the chat, so I'll go through it. Let's have a look. Question 25. Joe and Kyle share an amount of money in the ratio 7 to n. Joe gets 35% of the money. Work out the value of n. Guys, a few different ways to do this. It's a little bit of a weird one. What are we going to do? Well, we want the value of n, which allows Joe to have 35% of the money. Now, what do we know about this? We know that the ratio is 7 to n. We know Joe gets 35% of the money. If Joe gets 35% of the money, what percent does Kyle get? We know that our percentages add to 100, so we can do 100% minus 35%. That's going to give us 65%. So we know that Kyle is going to get 65% of the money. If 35 translates to 7 parts, how do we get from 35 to 7? We divide by 5. So to work out the number of parts, which represents 65%, we're also going to divide by 5. 65 divided by 5, that, guys, is going to be 13. That's going to give us the number of parts. For Kyle, it's going to be 13. Nicely done, Famalam. No, hey, please keep saying it. Please keep saying it. It helps me a lot. It helps me a lot. Nicely done, Famalam. Okay, question 26. Circle the reciprocal of 4. Guys, what's the reciprocal of 4? The reciprocal of 4 is 0.25. And why is that? That's because the reciprocal of 4 means 1 over 4. And 1 over 4 is equivalent to 0.25, which is 1/4 as a decimal. The reciprocal, guys, of 7 would be 1 over 7. The reciprocal of 17 would be 1 over 17. That, guys, is how we find the reciprocal. And then in this question, we also have to convert it to a decimal. Okay, question 27 and 28. And then, guys, we have finished our first past paper of 2024. Let's see. A 1 marker and a 2 marker. I'm going to give us a couple of minutes for this. Famlam said I was nervous. It's been too long since I've done maths. Yeah, I can imagine. If you didn't take A-level, I thought you took A-level maths. But if you didn't, yeah, I can imagine it's been a while. Mary B said, wie alt bist du? Ich habe 23 Jahre. Okay. Let me know when you guys are ready. AMT said, sir, this is bringing back memories of your lives last year. I remember Mr. Gillian's Sideman. Hey, me too. Ariana Studio Sum is ready. Thank you for the comment. Guys, let's talk about it. Question 27. We're told that the ratio of x to y is 1 to 3, and then we're asked to circle the correct equation. Guys, what's it going to be? We can see in our ratio that we have 1 part x for every 3 parts y. The value of y is 3 times the value of x, so we can circle that equation. Y equals 3x. That's going to be our answer to this one. y equals 3xy, because the value of y is 3 times the value of x. Finally, guys, question 28. Let's have a look. Final question of the day. We're told that a linear sequence starts 11, 21, 31, 41. Work out an expression for the nth term of the sequence, guys. What are we going to do? We're going to firstly find the first difference. How do we get from 11 to 21? We add 10. How do we get from 21 to 31? We add 10. How do we get from 31 to 41? We add 10. So, guys, the first part of our nth term is going to be 10n. That's going to tell us the number next to our n. Then we look, guys, at how we get from our common difference to our first term. What do we do in this case? We add 1. So, guys, our nth term of this sequence is going to be 10n plus 1. And we're done. And we're done. Fantastic, fantastic work. Did we get that last one? Let me know. Let me know. And it took 1 hour 38 minutes. It actually took less, to be honest, because we had the kind of waiting period at the start and the chat and everything. So we actually took less than an hour and a half, guys, which is fantastic. Ace says, yup, got it. Okay, guys, fantastic work today. Well done, well done. Normally, we throw a little party at the end of the lives. Normally, we have about 100 or 200 people on here. So we have a party and we do all the emojis and everything. That's probably not the best idea with only 8 of us on. Probably one of those is me. One of those is Famalam Cuz, who's not participating. One of them is AMT. So that means 5 people potentially doing the paper. A said we always do emojis. Let's bang some emojis in. Let's bang some emojis in. I even prepared a screen for the end. Look at that. I even prepared a screen for the end, which says, congratulations, another session complete. So, guys, very, very well done for the work today. I don't know how many people of you did it. Let me know in the chat, if you can now, how many people actually did the paper. I'd love to know, to be honest. I would love to know. A said, that's so cool. Hey, thank you. Get used to this screen. Get used to this screen. That's what I'll say. Mary B said, why don't you get more views? So unfair. In due course, in due course. I hope in due course, the views might go up a bit. To be honest, though, at the moment, this is all about learning. As you go through a bit of real talk now, a bit of real talk as you go through life, people always prioritize the outcome, right? They always prioritize the grades. They always prioritize the money. They prioritize the views, the subscriber counts, and all of these things. When in reality, it's not what it's about. It's not what it's about. Without being too cliche, it's about the process. It's all about the process. And in my case, all I want to do at the moment is learn to deliver the best online teaching that I can, deliver the best live streams, the best videos and everything. So I'm actually not too fussed about the views. Don't get me wrong. 11 is not many. 11 is not many. However, guys, it was great having you all on today. It was great having you all on today. And to be honest, it's the best setup for me learning this, because there's so many different buttons kicking around here. And I need to figure out how they all work, figure out how I think there's a little, if I go back to one of the early screens, if I go to the welcome page, I think, how do I do it? I think if I do that, there's a little pop-up which can, oh no, it doesn't work while I'm live. Okay, forget it. So basically, I still need to learn how all this YouTube live streaming works. Let's see. I'm Taha Sandwich, said, damn bro, you've helped me so much. Really good to see you contributing what you're doing. Hey, thank you very much. Great to hear that the videos help. That's makes it all worthwhile, to be honest. The more comments I get, guys, the more motivated I am to make more videos. So yeah, I really appreciate comments like that. Thank you very much. AMT said you did great today. Thank you very much, my friend. Always good to have you. Always good to have you. 10 viewers on here at the moment. Let's see how many of them we can get to comment. I know one's Famalam Cuz, so you probably aren't going to comment if you're busy doing something or watching TV or whatever. Thank you, Famalam. Said, even if just 10 new people join every live, you'll change so many GCSE outcomes. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's some good motivation. That's some good motivation. Slick said, no, my internet crashed and cut me off the stream. Don't worry, my friend. I will be posting a recording of this live to the channel so you can look back through what you missed. Hopefully it wasn't too much of it. I did notice you drop out the chat, though. So, yeah, you were missed. You were missed. Guys, any questions before we call it a day? Actually, any feedback? I would love feedback, to be honest. If you guys can let me know, what could we do better on these YouTube lives? How could we make them better? I'm going to improve them quickly. I'm going to add some music. We're going to get the Afro beats popping if I can find a good one. Or a good free music provider, I should say. And what else are we going to do? We're going to add the timers, the countdown timers. We're going to add, you can't see me now, but we're going to add the nice loading screen up here. So we have a nice Q&A screen, which we're going to utilize a little bit closer to exam season. And then we have this end screen. So, guys, let me know, please, any feedback. I would love to know how we can improve this. Mary B said, what is your profession? I teach maths. I tutor maths, essentially. So I do this. I do the social media stuff. And then I also tutor maths privately. So, guys, any feedback I would love. I can turn the music up a bit now as well. Can you hear this? I don't know if you can hear it, but... Mary B said, wow, that's great. Yes. Okay, we've got 11 people on now. Guys, any feedback I would absolutely love. I would absolutely love. And also, guys, let me know, how does the camera quality look? How is the audio quality? This mic's been a bit annoying today. I've had to keep moving it in and out, and it's been in the way a little bit, blocking my vision. So I might use a different one next time. Yeah, Slicks, I'll definitely be doing that. I'll definitely be doing that. Great idea. Said, I don't know if you remember, but last year I had the idea to make the streams into playlists of AQA, EdXL, Higher, and Foundation. We'll be doing that again this year. Definitely. It was a fantastic idea, and I'll definitely be doing that again this year. AMT said, I think the quality is amazing. That's great to hear, mate. Thank you very much. Mary B said it was good and very helpful. Nice, nice. Thank you. Any feedback, guys? Anything we can improve, or should we call it a day? Also, if you have any questions for me, getting to know me or whatever, this is going to be the best opportunity because we only have 11 people on at the moment. One of them's me, so 10 others. Normally, and hopefully within the next few weeks, we're going to be up to 100, 200, 500 viewers. Mary B said, please, can you put Olivia Rodrigo on only once in the live stream? Maybe that's a push. She's got a couple of decent tunes, I'll say. Famlam said, it's crazy how far down the TikTok streams are on your channel now. Yeah, they've gone down, but they're going to come right back up. They're going to come right back up. Taha, someone said, call it a day, take some rest. It isn't easy doing maths like this regularly. Yeah, true. Fact said, when is your next session? Next session, guys, is going to be on Friday evening. I can't do tomorrow evening. Next session is going to be on Friday evening, and we're going to be doing an EdXL Higher paper. There's going to be a few upgrades to the stream setup as well. I'm not sure whether it's going to be on YouTube or on TikTok at the moment. Probably it's going to be on TikTok, I should say, just to switch it up, but maybe it'll come over here. Guys, if you have any more questions for me, drop me a DM. Otherwise, I'm going to say hasta luego, hasta la vista. Fantastic session today. Congratulations if you did the paper. And guys, I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.